Hey guys, I'm back. Episode 19, and I made myself an ME access terminal, because now I can shift click items into my inventory, which is useful. And I'm also going to take my ME crafting terminal and put it down here. And quartz crystal. Some gold. And iron. And that gets us the ME assembler containment wall. And I'm going to need a lot of these. I'm actually counting out the number I'll need at the same time that I'm making this, so that's why some parts of this pattern that I'm making are getting a few more. And I'll actually put this right here, I think is a pretty good place. Oh. And I'm actually going to move this back into the wall for the most part. So, going to dig that out and be back in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back, and I moved it back into the wall, only by 2 because I kind of wanted it to stick out a little bit. Then going to grab myself some iron bars and my ME cabling, which I'll have to make more of for sure. But I need to use these ME heat vents anywhere there is not a containment wall, and you can only use the containment wall as a frame. So going to get myself some more ME cabling, and then I'll be back in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back, and I made myself some conversion matrices, and I also made myself some storage cells and ME advanced processors. With those, I am able to get I put those last 2 items in backwards, ME pattern provider, and then using a crafting table and conversion matrix, I get an ME pattern encoder. Now, throwing my pattern providers in the middle of this and my last 2 ME heat vents, we can see that the ME containment walls changed, and we can open it up. And now our ME system can access the molecular assembler chamber, or assembly chamber, and we can have it make items for us. And one of the first items that I'm going to have it make is the ME blank pattern. So, some glass, glowstone, iron, and quartz. There's my quartz. And glowstone, I probably passed it. Then I'm actually going to grab all the materials for this. I only need one of each, but oh well. And throwing in the materials. And it'll allow us to encode the ME blank pattern. And we can throw that in here. Holding shift shows us what we can make. So, going up to the ME crafting monitor, I can say craft. I'll go with 5. So, it's crafting 5 of these, and shortly we should be able to see that at the bottom, or pretty close, we have 5 ME blank patterns. So that's pretty cool. Then grabbing some glass, redstone, and quartz dust. Because I'm going to need a lot of ME cabling. So, encode an ME blank pattern for quartz fiber. Then, it would help to throw that pattern in. Now, I can do something like, say, 4. And scrolling through, finding approximately where 4 is. Now I can say to make another blank pattern for the ME cable. And the cool part about the molecular assembly chamber is that you don't have to have any of the other items which I managed to lose. You don't need any quartz fiber in your system, and it'll just make the quartz cables without the quartz fiber, or ME cable without quartz fiber in the system. So I should have 10 ME cable, and I had no quartz fiber in my ME system. So that's one pretty awesome thing we can do with it. And I'll be back in a bit once I get a few more machines set up. Hey guys, I'm back, and I've moved the power cable from here to down here now, and I want to make a new item, and that new item is the electric furnace, which I'm going to place down right there, and it's got power and everything. So I will place an ME interface on top of it. Then I'll put an ME basic processor in the pattern encoder and tell it that the basic processor assembly in the pattern encoder, and the ME basic processor is the output, and encode that. Then I'll do the same thing for refined iron and place those in the ME interface. And I'll also put an export bus underneath it and rotate that towards the electric furnace. So now, going into my crafting, I can see I can get an ME basic processor or a basic processor assembly. Actually, not going to use the basic processor. I'm going to make an ME interface. 3 more of them actually, because I have 3 more input buses. And that requires a conversion matrix, and it'll also require some ME cable, which I have in there, and I have the crafting for it. Maybe. Pretty sure I gave it the crafting for ME cable. Oh yeah, it's just not showing up. Never mind. But make 3 of these, and we can go downstairs and see that our electric furnace is working. And then we should be able to see that we have our 3 ME interfaces. There's the ME cable. So that's useful. And then something I do want to make is a machine block, an electronic circuit, and I'll need about 6 stone. To get myself another compressor. And that I'll place down right here. Rotated it. There we go. Then one more thing with another machine block, another electronic circuit, some flint, and possibly 2 copper cable. Nope. Ah, cobblestone. To get ourselves the macerator. And what I can do with the macerator is get that set up to be very useful in the making of advanced machine blocks. Now that I think about it, I probably should have done the compressor a little differently, but oh well. Okay. Grabbing 1 coal dust. Then I can say that 1 coal equals 1 coal dust, and encode that. And then 4 coal dust equals 1 raw carbon fiber. Oh. And with the ME encoded assembler pattern in the molecular assembler chamber, we get a red box for the coal to coal dust. That means that that's the wrong spot for it, so putting it in the macerator, and then I'll make 2 raw carbon fibers, which will take a while to craft up and everything. Because they have to be macerated. And as we can see, still gonna take some time. But one thing I can do while waiting is grab some refined iron, then tin, and copper. Ooh, I'm running low on copper. Still don't have any raw carbon fiber. Hopefully I do this correctly. Nope. I always get this recipe mixed up. Oh, it's probably bronze. We should have 1 raw carbon fiber now, though. There we go. And refined iron, bronze, and tin. Yep, not copper. I mess that one up most of the time, though, so teaching it to my molecular assembly chamber will be useful. There we go. And encode that. And then I need more blank patterns. Luckily, blank patterns are in my crafting. And I'll just make 5. Using 2 raw carbon fiber, get a raw carbon mesh. And using 1, actually I need another raw carbon mesh. And that'll take a while. So what I can do is make some mixed metal ingots. Throw 1 in the compressor. Oh wait, I'm goofy. But I forgot that I already had some advanced alloy. So setting another recipe, a mixed metal ingot equals an advanced alloy, and putting that with my compressor. Then the raw carbon fiber still being made. Or raw carbon mesh, I mean, not raw carbon fiber. We already have one of those. Oh well. I'll get myself another machine block. Some advanced alloy. And still waiting on that raw carbon fiber. Oh well. I can turn that raw carbon mesh into the no. Carbon plate. So there's a carbon plate and the raw carbon mesh. So set the carbon plate as the recipe or the item that's made. Throw that in my compressor, or the enemy interface over my compressor. And then to make another blank pattern for an advanced machine block. And I think that's about it. As you can see, some new recipes I added between recordings, and then the ones I recently just added. But I think that is it for now. And anything else that I am forgetting? I don't think so, but I'll continue checking and be back in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back. and I want to make myself a pre-formatter using a conversion matrix, crafting table, some iron, and glass. And now is a bad time, but what I can do with a pre-formatter is name the storage unit, and then I can also grab items and click them in so that there's a specified order to these items, and this may take a while, but it helps when you're trying to keep your ME chest neat and not throw everything into one chest for 1, space, and 2, neatness. So I'm grabbing all the items that I want to be in my large ME chest. I messed up the order. But I'm grabbing all the items that I want in my extremely large ME chest and formatting it so that each item has its place. So I can use this one ME chest for all of the ingots and stuff, instead of, if my system runs out of ingots somewhere, that they go somewhere else. So if I do run out of an item, like say copper, copper tin, I recently ran out of those. They were in a completely different chest that I didn't want them to be in. So I'm using this pre-formatter to help eliminate that problem. Oh, coal. Then I can format, and it says pre-formatted, and putting this back over here, we can see that there's a few types of things that should not be in there, and throwing those back into my system. Oh, that was interesting. We can see now that the unit says pre-formatted, and it has all the items, but they're not in the correct order. So, oh well. At least all the items will go to the correct chest now, instead of going into a random chest. Nope. Wait. Hey, cool. My quarry must have dug through a what's it called? Dungeon. So I now have a portal gun. That's awesome. So oh, geesh, I can zoom with it too. And pushing G will grab an item. Left and right click to open up portals, and R to remove all portals, or all portals. That's awesome. Why is Flint in there? Oh well. I'll be back next episode with I don't know what. So, be back next episode. Hey guys, I'm back. And I've moved my mass fabricator and also set up a little system. I have 2 iron AND gates that are oh well, you need an iron an iron chipset and red pipe wire, and then you make an iron AND gate. And then I made this one, or both of them, autarkic, I believe. Then I have just a normal autarkic gate on top, but this one's for red pipe signal on energy pulsar. And then when there's space in inventory, red pipe signal on and redstone signal on. So what that does is once this fills up its inventory, because there's technically no longer space when it has one item in there, so that's why it says no space in inventory, it runs, pulls, and it runs. And then when space does open up, because all the scrap boxes are gone, then it pulls 16 out, because that's how long it takes for scrap boxes to travel from here to the mass fabricator, and uses all of them, and it keeps repeating that process until we're out of scrap boxes here. And this just constantly pulls UU matter out, because I'll need a lot of UU matter for what I'm planning on doing at next episode. So be back next episode, because this one went, I'd say, really long, because it's about twice, maybe more, than my normal, what I'm trying for, 15-minute episode. But I think that's it. Be back next episode.